way I understand this class, it was really a very unique opportunity for students of two institutions to work together to engage with this question that I feel is very contemporary and very relevant to our times, which is what is data mean to us, and how can we engage with it in a way to understand how it works and how we can understand the world through it.
Well, what was interesting to me about this class is I really like the idea of our relationship with all of these numbers and charts and graphs that engineers put out. Can we have another way of looking at the data that we generate and perhaps have a deeper or a different understanding of it if we look at it through an artistic lens?
We thought that there was this interesting, we're using music, crying, laughing, which are all things that are utterances by humans but aren't done with speech. So we removed the terminal that you see normally on an N so that they can reflect a smile and a frown.
This is a class that it's entirely collaboration, and what's really interesting is I usually come from Northwestern, and I'm usually around engineers and people with similar backgrounds, and then we come here and it's people with wildly different backgrounds and wildly different thought processes, and getting that interaction of people, what we call the right brain and the left brain.
So in order to bring another dimension to our project, we found a metadata set that included unemployment rates, population density.
We were thinking about ways to make this issue that's played up in the media but people don't really understand so much kind of closer to home, to enable people to physically be able to zoom into their neighborhood and see what's going on at the street level. We just kind of really wanted to take this data and empower people to see how it can affect where they're living in Chicago.
I had no idea what I was getting into, I think. There's this very different way of thinking and way of working between engineering, especially computer science, and art. When you're working in web development, you have a browser and you have a screen, and iterating over things is fairly costless. You click a button, it refreshes, and it's there. And that's not the same when you're building a 5-6 foot tower made out of wood with all these prints and things that you can just print once because there's a cost of doing things again.
I came into this class with this kind of supposition that data is kind of in some ways the answer to the questions of our lives. But then in the course of this class, I've been challenged to turn this supposition of data as the answer into data as the starting point to start asking a lot of questions about it, and to be critical, to really ask data, what are you doing for us or to us, and then what can we do to you